will discuss about linkage, that is linked genes, recombination frequency, and these are all related terms. Now we know that Mendel had studied pea plants and he had given us some ideas regarding the factors, and from those much later, the Sutton and Boveri had given the chromosomal theory of inheritance. Okay, that we will discuss later. But first, let us discuss about what are linkage and what is the meaning of linkage and what are linked genes. Now in class 11 we have studied about crossing over, isn't it? During meiosis, crossing over of non-sister homologous chromosomes takes place. Now this during crossing over, the genes actually exchange. Now let us consider these two, a pair of chromosomes, and here is a gene A and here is a gene B. Now during crossing over, what happens? This chromosome, this portion of as we had drawn, it goes in this way. So what happens? The B gene can come to the homologous pair, isn't it? During crossing over. So we will have, after crossing over, what happens? That this is the pair of chromosome. So the A gene is here and the B gene comes to the other pair. Now during gamete formation, it may so happen that this chromosome is going to be one of the gametes and this is going to be other gamete. So what is happening? Though both these genes were together in the same chromosome, due to crossing over, they have moved or their places have changed, and after or during gamete formation they get separated. Now comes the term linkage. Now it has been observed that the genes which are very close to each other, they do not separate. Now why are they saying this? Now let us take the second option. This was the first case and this is the second case. Let us move the two genes a bit closer. So in the second case, I am putting this gene here. Now if crossing over or the gene has to shift, then the crossing over must take place through A and B. Now in the third case, let us take the third case where the genes are extremely close to each other. That is, this is our A gene and very close to it is the B gene. So in that case, the crossing over has to be between A and B, which is next to impossible. So the more distance we see between the two genes, the chances of them being separated is very high. So that means what is happening? A new product that will be formed, that is known as recombination. Now I am repeating this part, that is, what is linkage? The genes which are very close to each other, they tend to go together. That means in this case, that is the third case, A and B are very close to each other. So during gamete formation, always A and B will always go to or will be present in the same gamete. Whereas in the second case, there is some chances that during crossing over, B might shift to the other homologous pair. Whereas in the first case, the chances of B shifting to the other homologous pair is very high. So what did we get? In the first case, it is the chance of shifting is higher than the second case compared to the third case, what had happened? The A and B genes were so close to each other that crossing over is nearly impossible in this case. So the genes tend to remain together. Suppose, now why this has to be proved? Until unless anything is proved, we do not accept. Now Morgan, in this aspect we have to remember the name, that is Morgan. Morgan gave the concept of linked genes. He gave the first concept of linked genes, and he had studied fruit fly, that is Drosophila. In fruit, the name of the fruit fly, scientific name is Drosophila melanogaster. Drosophila melanogaster. This fly, there are genes which are responsible for the grey body and normal wing. Now I'm writing here the grey body. The color of the body is grey body and normal wing. The genes of these two, that is for the grey body and the normal wing, are very close to each other. So if a Drosophila, if you find a Drosophila, you will always find a grey Drosophila, a grey body Drosophila, and it will definitely have normal wing, a normal wing. The second type of Drosophila that you will find is black. The body is black body and the wings are vestigial with vestigial wings. So these two genes, wherever they are located so close to each other that they do not get separated even during the crossing over. So this type of genes, these types of genes are known as linked genes. So instead we have, there is a cross also which can be done, like grey and normal is dominant over the black and vestigial. If you do it in this way, like grey and normal. Normal we are writing as capital. So this stands for grey and normal is crossed with black and vestigial. So if you do the cross, obviously you will get the Mendel's dihybrid cross, which is 9:3:3:1. But what do we get? It should be, this is the normal, according to Mendel it should be 9:3:3:1. It should be, but it is not so. It is not so. Why? Because of the tendency of grey remaining with the normal wing. So what happens? You will get either, so all the F1 progeny will be either GGWW, or they will be small g, small w, which is 50% each. 50% will be, that is grey body with normal wings and black body with vestigial wings. That means here this G, the capital G, does not go with the small w. It will always go with the capital W only. The small g will always remain with the small w. That means the genes are not, which theory is not being followed? That is the law of independent assortment is not being followed here. The same thing, another example can be, this can be seen, this was in Drosophila. Another example that you can see is in rice. This is second example that we are discussing is in rice. What is there in rice? The color of the grain. The color of grain and productivity. Productivity means how many grains will be produced in one stalk. That is the productivity. Now, productivity has there is a gene which is responsible for the productivity, and there is a gene which is responsible for the color of the grain. Obviously, when the rice grain starts developing, a color is seen. If the color is appropriate, then you can guess the productivity will always be higher. Why? Because both these genes are related, or they are known as linked genes. So this is an indicator. So we can say linked genes can also be used as an indicator. So what is an indicator? The color of the grain was an indicator that productivity will be high. In the same case, cotton. In case of cotton also, the color of the lint, that is the cotton, when it is in the flowering stage, that can be directly related with the productivity. So that is another example of the linked genes. Then we have to talk about linkage groups and recombination.